Captain's log. Part 11, Adaeeure. We've, yeah, we had it pretty rough in the last one. We've been round, we've repaired everything up, but we are missing gun turrets and drills and a big old hole, and we've not got any veg, we've not got any buds yet, but I've had a quick little scout around here. That's weird, didn't see that. I'll fly back over that and have a look at that. What are we doing? But yeah, we're just going to have a look at the rest of the planet. In simple terms, I'll put some water condensers down, because we're going to need a lot more oxygen if we're going to be staying on this planet for a while, because it doesn't have a breathable atmosphere. This is no longer airtight, so I can't take my helmet off in here, because the main reason being that everything in here is airtight, but this door is not airtight. So subsequently, that hole is causing the whole room to not be airtight. I could put an airtight door on it, but I like the look of that. I like the glass and the glass, so I'm going to have to live with that. But yeah, I guess that's really it. We're just going to do the old classic. We're going to hit it up with a big old time lapse. We're going to explore this planet, just grab resources, mine stuff out. There's plenty of stuff to be mining. We've got titanium. We're going to grab all the promethium because we need it for fuel. The rest of these we won't be so picky, but we'll grab what we fly past. We'll have a look, see if there's any interesting POIs. Looks like something relatively interesting over there to start with, so yeah, we'll just do the nothing more to say really, just the bog standard. Oh, sweet. So yeah, off to a good start. We'll start by running through this.
interface with consciousness and that we can make contact as civilians. We do not have to wait for the governments to do it. The universe is really folded within each one of us. That the entirety of the cosmos is accessible to each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
Fair amount of time has passed since the last update or recording. I have fixed things. We no longer have holes in our ships. We can take our helmet off. I decided to use, what do we call this, combat steel, as opposed to hardened steel blocks. And I think the plan is every time I get a hole, I'm going to replace it with combat steel, and eventually the whole ship should be combat steel, and you know, I can upgrade other stuff. As and when I need like 10 sathium plates per block, so I need to be getting a lot more sathium in before I decide to redo the whole ship. But in terms of patching holes at the moment, we've got titanium, we've got enough sathium plates for that. We got our turrets and our guns back. We've patched everything up. We're now a functioning ship again. That being said, I'm not going to jump straight into combat with that Zyrax ship again, because I don't think we're going to win that one. But we'll slowly work our way up to combat with bigger vessels. But in terms of this planet, it's very similar to Aiur. It wasn't anything particularly special. You know, they've got your bog standard POIs. That was quite a cool one. It was a drone base, but it was like legacy infested. Nothing like spectacular, so I didn't record it, but in terms of, that was probably the most interesting thing on the planet. Obviously got a little bit of pirates there. Didn't actually bother to stop and have a look. I just sort of flew over. I don't have any, I'm currently not like hostile with the pirates, so they've got no reason to fight me, and I've got no reason to fight them, so I just thought I'd let them be. But we've been making up some water. We've got the majority of the resources off of this planet. I mean, they're all, you know, it says 100% left, but I mean, that's actually it does change. So I got a little bit, I got bored after a while of just stripping, because I was using the ships, I was using my small ships thing. I wasn't getting everything, so I just sort of flew over, blasted it for a little bit, and then got bored and then moved on. But I got everything I needed. I got all the fancy stuff. So we're going to take everything out of here. And then Also, whilst I was exploring, I found some various treasures and things in containers, but the most exciting thing that I found was an insulation boost. And that gives me heat protection 50. So that linked with the EVA boost means that I should deal better with cold and I should deal better with heat. So with that in mind, we've got everything. I think everything in the cargo bay is locked down. Cargo bay, hangar. So let's make sure we've got fuel and oxygen, and let's go back to that. I can't think of what it was called. I know it began with a 0, and I know it began with an O. I'll look at it in a second. Water goes into container controller. And there goes Discord, because once again, I have not turned it off. And we want our thrusters out. We don't want our turrets. No, we want our turrets off. I'm going to want our shield on. Don't ever fiddle around with signals, so let's go. Wrong map. Got confused there for a second. Right, yeah. Utal. That one. We're going to go back to this one because this had Zascosium. This had lots of fun things on it. And that's going to have disappeared again, so we need to lock that back up again. But let's turn the shield off. As soon as that power's down, hit that warp drive. Right, yeah, I'm going to quickly go and mute all my Discords because I need to try and be professional about this and not have that constantly. So I'm gonna fiddle around with that. I'm gonna fly back down to the planet, and we're gonna link up when I have something else to say or something attacks me. But I do love the look of this planet. It does look beautiful. I love the rings. I love the orange. I love how close it is to the sun. I'm thinking I might even set up my space station here because, I mean, why not? Let's go for the Darth Vader approach and live on Mustafar. But yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Well, after a little precursory flight of the planet, and wow, I flew for like 5 minutes, and that's all I covered. So this is a big old planet. But yeah, I found a couple of resources along the way, and then when we got to here, you can kind of see it on the map. It just sort of, there's a bit of an island amidst the fire, so I thought I'd set down here, and this is where we're going to sort of operate from for this planet. So this is going to be, I say this is going to be home. We're not going to be doing anything with it, but this is going to be where we'll park the ship because it's less fiery than the rest of the fire. Well, we'll take the Ventress out in a bit, and we'll start just gathering resources, really. If anything interesting happens, I'll obviously record it, but so far, I've only seen resources on this planet. I haven't seen any sort of POIs, so yeah, it may just be, at the end, it might just turn into a time lapse of just gathering resources, unless I find anything. But that being said, that's where the Arrestrium was. I mean, let's get rid of that. Just take a minute to... It's kind of surreal, like... I know it's only a video game, but like... Cool. Well, we'll murder this ant, and then we'll cut back to anything interesting. Oh, shit. So yeah, I guess quick little update. This is the first POI we found on this planet, Crash Transport Rear. So looks like your standard bog standard. It looks like just a piece of crash chip. Doesn't really look like. Sometimes you get bits of crash ship that looks like they've been retrofitted into habitats. I would assume that the occupants of this bit of crash ship did not survive long or did not survive the impact, so I can't imagine there's going to be anything. Yeah, I don't think this is like a little base. This is just a bit of. Hang on a minute. I don't know why I was trying to repair that. It's just a bit of ship. Because yeah, so far, I mean, again, I haven't flown miles, but there's aside from resources, there's not a lot here, and unfortunately, the insulation boost is clearly not amazing. It keeps me. I can do a couple of minutes. I can hop out and grab a bit of resource, but my strategy for grabbing resources so far is going to have to be drill a lot, jump out, use the drone, tidy up. When I get too hot, get back in the ship, because I'm obviously like I cool down once I get back into here. So it's just sort of I gotta make runs in little 3 minute missions and hopefully not break my leg every time I jump out my ship. But yeah, I think this is kind of gonna be it. I don't think there's gonna be much here. I got excited by the first POI I'd seen, so I thought I'd whack the recording back on. But yeah, that looks like it's it. We shall continue exploring. So just want to round this one off. I've been flying around gathering resources, and I saw this cluster of question marks. Ooh, okay. And I thought I'd come and have a look. Abandoned assembly yard. What are these red things? Ruins. Well, that's kind of cool. We'll come and have a look at that at some point, but I can't really do anything about that at the moment because I can't last longer than a couple of minutes outside my ship. I need to see what I can do about armor-wise, but this planet is just a death trap, so I'm gonna have to, yeah, come back to that. But I have been thinking, and I'm thinking I might go up into space and set up a little space station up there, and just, yeah, build a little space base around here. I also might not, but we're gonna just continue flying around, just gathering resources, making stuff up, and yeah, I don't know. We'll be back when we're back. But until then, peace.